Welcome back. My name is Chef Dave with the Platinum Chefs, and today what we're going to be discussing is the features and benefits of the Platinum 21-piece set and also the cooking combinations. Let's get started. What we have is two utility bowls. One is a large utility bowl, one is a medium utility bowl. You can store your leftover foods in the utility bowl. It's a non-reactive metal, so it's not going to flavor your food like other metal objects will. So you put the lid on, and it's also a black food-grade lid that's not going to turn green or orange as time goes on. So you store your food in the refrigerator. Tomorrow you get it out to reheat it. You don't have to use another cooking vessel to reheat your food. What you do is place the utility bowl on the stove, and the medium utility bowl takes the 4-quart lid. You place it on top, turn the heat to medium-low, and when the temperature reaches 40 degrees, turn it off because your food is already warmed up. Now, you don't have to place it into another serving dish because you can turn the lid upside down and serve it right out of the medium utility bowl. Great feature. Plus, for the guys, saves on washing dishes. So that's the medium utility bowl. Now you can do the same thing with the large utility bowl, but now let me show you something that pertains to the 7-quart. Now the 7-quart is your large soup pot. Now let's say you're going to be doing a roast. So you want to sear the roast, both sides. Then after both sides are seared, put in your potatoes, your onions, your carrots. And let's say you wanted to do a cake also. So you take your adapter ring. You take your grater, set it in there. Use the medium utility bowl. Mix up your cake. Put it in the top of the grater. Turn your large utility bowl upside down, place it on, and when it starts to flutter, you'll hear it kind of flutter, turn the temperature to low. That will create a semi-vacuum seal. Now, depending on how big your roast was, it would take probably about 30-35 minutes. Now, there's no knob to take it off, but the Platinum Cooking Company designed this, a suction cup, that you can remove that with, so you're not going to be burning yourself. And so you have your cake, which is done, and you can take it over, and let's pretend this is some other plate, and you can put the plate like this, turn it upside down, set it off to the side so it can cool, and it will release, and you'll be able to eat your cake. That is how you would do a roast in your cookware. Now let's say you were going to cook several meals at once, or several items at once. So you're going to be, let's say, doing mashed potatoes on this one, and it's on the heat, medium heat. You're doing a large bone-in roast that will not let the lid sit on, so what you have to do is use the utility bowl, the large utility bowl on the 7-quart. So you have your mashed potatoes cooking here, you've got your large bone-in roast here, and when this starts to flutter, you turn it to low, and your mashed potatoes, they've already reached 80 degrees, or whatever temperature it is for your altitude. So you place the pan on your large utility bowl like this, turn off that burner, and then quickly remove the lid, put the small utility lid on there, and turn off your asparagus or whatever vegetables you're cooking here, and set it on top of your mashed potatoes. So you're actually cooking 3 different items on one burner on low, and you're going to be saving a ton of energy doing this. Okay, another great feature, when you take the large utility bowl off and you want to remove the adapter ring and the grater, it comes with this cool little handle. You just lift it off, set it to the side, and then you can lift the adapter ring out also, so you're not going to burn yourself with that. Now, another cool feature with the adapter ring and the grater, Let's say you're going to be doing some surf and turf, some steaks and some shrimp. In the 2-quart, you've got some honey garlic buttery sauce that you're melting, and you're going to be cooking a couple steaks. Same thing, you want to preheat your pan for meat, throw a little water. When it starts to bead, it's ready to put your meat in. So you take the adapter ring. First you put the meat in, sear one side, flip it over, sear the other side, put your adapter ring in, take your grater, set it in, your meat still cooking in there, put your shrimp here on top, take your sauce that you've prepared, pour it over the top, take your large utility bowl, set it on top, turn the heat off, and 5 minutes later, your surf and turf, your steak, and your shrimp are done. Then, of course, just remove the large utility bowl with the suction cup. Now, another cool feature of the adapter ring is, let's say you're going to do bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? Preheat your pan, take your adapter ring, place it on the pan. Now, what part of cooking bacon don't you like? A lot of people say, well, I've got to clean up all the splattering all over the stove after it's done. Well, this step will help you eliminate a lot of that splattering. So you put your adapter ring in like that, you place your bacon in there, and then you take the lid off the 4-quart, place it on. Now you have the airflow going through to crisp your bacon, but you're not going to be getting the splattering, saving a lot of time cleaning up all that grease all over the stove. So that's a cool feature that Platinum has. Now, one thing I want to remind you, that each vessel has the warranty stamp on the bottom. So that is your warranty card. Now, plus it has what size the vessel is. This particular one is the 4-quart. When I mention 4-quart, you can look at the bottom of your pan and you know which one I'm talking about. Here's another cool little feature. Now, let's say you wanted to degrease some hamburger. So you take your 4-quart and you take what we call the steamer degreaser. Place a couple inches of water in your 4-quart, or you could actually do it in the 1.8-quart. Set the degreaser on top of it, put your hamburger in there, fresh or frozen. It might take about 3-4 minutes longer for frozen. But then you take your 4-quart lid, place on there. When it reaches 80 degrees for your altitude, then you turn the stove to low. That creates a semi-vacuum seal, and it sucks the grease out of the hamburger. So when it's done, you take it off. You have all the grease in the water. You go ahead and take care of that, dispose of it. And if you want to brown your hamburger, you put the hamburger into the pan, and then you can brown it at that point. Now, if you notice, the bottom of this is beveled. Engineers were pretty smart when they did this, but it will also fit on the 1.8-quart, and it will also fit on the 3-quart like that. So you could use those pans too. Now, if you were going to do a pasta and rinse it off, you notice there's holes in it, and there's also 3 little legs on it. So you can place this in the sink so you can rinse out the pasta and the water is still going to drain out. Another cool feature with the cookware is we're going to show you the 7-quart, and we have this little wire basket. And what you can do with this is clams. You can dip it in the hot water, hot boiling water, or you can blanch vegetables for salads. But you can set it in there and cook whatever you're going to be cooking, or it will rest on the side. You could do French fries in this if you wanted to, and take them out and drain them. So those are the features, the cooking combinations with the Platinum Cookware. Some of the cool features that we show you at dinner parties is the cooking lid. It has the temperature gauge on it. So you know what temperature you're cooking your food at. Now, if you wanted to serve your food at the table in the cookware, so I'm going to show you that when you set the lid down, it's pretty stable. That's not going to tip over and burn your counter. Plus, when you're serving at the table, you can just set the cookware inside the lid, and it's actually going to keep your food warmer longer. Another great feature of the cookware is if you're going to be adding spices and you don't know where to set the lid, all the lids cradle in the handle. So that's one of the cool features that Platinum has. They will all cradle in the handle. The base is thick, and so it serves three purposes for that. One, it slowly heats your food, it stores the heat, and then it slowly releases the heat into your food so you don't have any burning. But remember, medium to low is all you need to know. We hope you've enjoyed this video on the features, benefits, and the cooking combinations for your 21-piece Platinum Cookware set. If you have any questions, please give us a call, 801-679-4227, and please visit our website for Platinum Cookware owners. It's called PlatinumAtHome.com. That's PlatinumAtHome.com. Hey, thanks. This is Chef Dave, and bon appetit.